Hi friends and welcome back to Laser Up with MIMODESIGN. I just set up my LaserPecker LX2 in its brand new corner along with all my other LaserPeckers. Today I want to show you step by step how to install the machine, troubleshoot it, work around the software and everything else. I have been playing a little around with my LX2 and so far I honestly believe that this will be my go-to laser. And I do have 13 of them, but this machine is honestly incredible. I did have one single issue with the camera, and that's why I wanted to show you today how you can fix the camera if your picture is blurry, and also how to calibrate it. In case you had a blurry image when you started up your software like I did, it's honestly not that hard to fix. Up here you will have your camera, and by simply turning it a notch, closing the lid and refreshing the image, I'll show you how you can do that automatically. Then you just keep going until you have a really clear image. I used my instructions manual as a reference to see when it became sharp, but you do want to have your focus dots sharp as well. My dot wasn't inside the frame of my software, but that's what you need the calibration for. So let's head over to the LaserPecker design space and I'll show you how exactly to calibrate the laser and also how you can automatically update the camera when you are closing the lid. I am now in LaserPecker design space, and as you can see, my calibration has already been made. I'll just zoom in a little. I couldn't find the other user manual, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you how clear my image got after I adjusted or screwed on the actual lens on the camera. So to update automatically, you go to your laser settings up here, and here you will have mode settings. In mode you can toggle on or toggle off auto refresh background. If you toggle it on, it will auto refresh every time you shut the lids on the laser. You also have a few other options. I actually think I'll turn off my beeping sound. And you have QR code identify material, which is a new concept that LaserPecker did. And you can see that mine has not been running a lot yet. But let's show you how to calibrate the camera. So first of all, you have to place your material. I originally thought that these plastic sheets were a sample to use for something, but it's actually not. These plastic sheets are for the camera alignment, and what they will do is to score this grid, which will actually auto align your camera. I haven't had such an easy camera calibration like ever, never. So it's really awesome. Let's take out my manual and you then place your sheet. I will not do the calibration again because I already did it. Unfortunately, my video failed to record the actual process of me doing it. So I will just show you how to do it, but it is so easy and really step by step, so you can't do this wrong. But you place your cards in the center of your laser. It don't have to be accurate. And then you have to pin it down somehow. I used magnets, so I simply placed a magnet in each corner. And the reason that you do want to pin this down is because the air assist might blow this sheet around if it's not secured. You could also use tape, which is what LaserPecker show in their video. But once it's secure, you just close your machine. And since you already turned on the lid automation of the camera, it should update automatically. And you see that mine did now. So it's actually asking me to make the distance value. And that's really awesome because this laser has autofocus. So the way you do that is just by clicking in this box, and then you hit this little ruler. It will refresh, and now I have this square. This square I will just place in the middle, and once I have it somewhere in the middle, I'll just click. Now I have the correct focus height. Now I want to go up here in the materials, and you do have a ton of material settings. I will pick PVC, which the white sheet is, and I'll click confirm. So what it did now is that it actually auto set the settings. Then you go to your little toolbox again, and down in device calibration, you can calibrate your camera, your red crosshair, or the distance sensor. I haven't had the need to calibrate either of these two, but the camera calibration is really easy. You just hit start, and here you can see the sheet. Of course yours would be blank. It's because I already calibrated mine. Once you have your sheet in the middle of your laser, you hit next. And you can see that they will tell you which material they recommend, which is the PVC, but you could actually choose something else as well. Then you go ahead and hit rectangle preview. What my laser is doing now is that it's making a preview on where it is going to engrave or mark. So I can use that red crosshair to see if I am inside my material. If I'm not, I would have to remove or replace the actual material. Once you know that your work area is fine, you just end the preview. And then you can go ahead and click rectangle process. I'll not do it because I already did mine, but once you have clicked and your laser is done engraving this grid, it is really important that you went on this process because the PVC smells really bad. But then a new window or a step 3 will appear, and this is really just a click of one button where you hit calibrate camera, and then the system will do everything on its own. I'll just shut down this window, and I just placed this little scrap piece, and I'm not even sure what thickness this is, but it really doesn't matter because it's so cool that you can auto measure. So I'll click my auto measure tool, and I'll just hit around here. And now my material is in the correct height. Now I can engrave or score or whatever I want directly on this piece. If you click the text up here, it will automatically write LaserPecker. I don't want it that big, and I don't want it to say LaserPecker, so I'll just type in Mia, which is my name. If you click outside the box here, you can make this smaller or bigger want, and you could also change the fonts up here and the sizing of the font and everything else. I'll show you how to design and customize directly in the LaserPecker design space in another video, so if that's something you are interested in watching, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. But now that we have a little test engraving placed here, you have to adjust the settings. I know that I'm not using PVC anymore, so I'll go to the top and choose a different type of material. And I think this is poplar basswood actually, but you could also pick poplar slice or pine board or cherry board or whatever. And let's show you another cool thing about this software, because I'll just click basswood board, and now you can actually see that you will get these processing parameter samples. So this will tell me how the result will look like if I am scoring, which is line. I could also change this to film, and here you also have some different result settings, and I can pick cut, and here you can see which settings will work in order to being able to cut through this material. since I want this project to be a little fast, since it's only a test, I'll just pick line and I'll go with the darkest. You can click ever you want. I actually think I'll just take this one. It's fine. Once you have it, make sure that you have your smoke purifier turned on and make sure that you are venting if you are not using the smoke purifier. But you can click through these and choose whatever setting you want. Once you have your setting, you can click preview and it will run around and make the little square, but I'll just click process. And here comes the cool part, because this is going to take 9 seconds and you'll be able to watch everything. So let's hit process. It will transfer the file, and once the file is transferred, you press your button to start the device. And here you go. How cool is that? So it is now done. I'll just click confirm. I could click reprocess if I wasn't satisfied. I'll click confirm. And now I could manually refresh my image up here. I actually see that mine needs a little calibration again. So I might have moved my camera just a tiny bit when I was starting this video. So now I can actually show you the entire calibration. I just placed my material instead, and I actually see that it looks like it is a bit, so I just adjusted it. Now it's more straight. Let's remove the mirror test and let's calibrate this camera. And now you can see what I mean, that it is really quick. And whoops, before I begin, I have to set my focal height again, so it measures the distance now. And I have to swap this over to the PVC like that. And now I'll go into device calibration. I'll start my camera calibration. I'll click next and I will preview. And mine is within the sheet. It's not in the sensor, but okay. I'll click end and I'll click rectangle processing. And again, you always have to press the button on your machine, which is a good thing. My camera is now calibrated, so I'll just hit apply, and that's it. That's the quickest calibration ever. So let's turn this off and you can see my pattern here. Now I can actually go in and just score a little design. And this one I already have my PVC settings and I already have the distance. So let's just type in something again. I'll just type in Mia again. I'll click outside and make it a little smaller, and let's place it up here. And if I click it, I can go ahead and dial in my settings. You can go in and change your settings if you don't feel like they are exactly how they should be. I do see that there aren't any settings for the PVC, and I actually don't want to risk that I am going to score through this material, so I'll just place my scrap wood again. But now I just placed it on top of the PVC, and I'll just take my name over here, and now I have to set the focus distance. So let's click over here where my design is going to be. It is measuring now, and now my background just refreshed. So let's go ahead and score this one. Just choose password board and I'll just go with the same thing. Just hit process. And for some reason it takes 11 seconds now. Oh, and that's because it's not the same size. But this is so cool that you can watch it while it's running. So that's 11 seconds and it's done. That's crazy fast. So let's hit confirm. Let's see if my engraving will now be more accurate. So I'll just refresh my camera and there you go. It's not 100% in sensor, but it is really close. And this is definitely what you would expect from all type of lasers. But you could run the calibration again if you want to get a little more accurate, but this is perfectly fine for me. In my next video, I will show you how to import SVG files into the software, and we will do a little testing, because right now I have my 20 watt module installed, but I also have the 40 watt, and it would be cool to see what difference they do. I also have the 2 watt module, and I have the rotary and everything else, so I will be making a lot more videos, but this is the result of the scoring, and it is absolutely gorgeous because you don't have any residue marks at all. So I am excited to be testing both modules and see what they can do. So far I am really truly impressed with this machine. I did drop my affiliate link and a discount code in the description and also the comments if you would like to get one of these lasers on your own and you don't have it already. And if you are curious about my next videos, please subscribe to my channel. I will be making a playlist just for the LX2 series. And if you want to learn more about this laser, I already made a review video, which you can find up here, and I will see you in my next video.